Here's some food for thought for you. With the average Canadian family, we are expected to spend an additional $500 on food in 2020. So you want to try and stretch your grocery dollars.
You said it. Chef Kirk Klass joins us this morning with tips on how to make 5 easy meals out of one basket of groceries. This is so awesome. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Morning, Chef. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. When you're talking about picking, this is what you're using as your example. What are some of the best things you can put into that to get those 5 meals?
Things that you can multi-purpose. So if you continue with things you can use in a salad and use for dinner, so you don't waste anything. That would be the biggest thing to save some money next year, is actually using it up and not throwing it out in your fridge.
Yeah, and you talk about shopping the European way versus bulk shopping. So which do you think is best?
Bulk shopping, there is certain things you can get away with, things like that aren't going bad, but the European way I think is a little bit better, just because you're not overthinking it. You're thinking 2-3 days at a time. You go pick it up, you use it, you eat your leftovers, and then you think about the next 3 days.
Okay. Is there a noticeable reduction in waste when you're doing it that way?
Definitely, yeah. Because you're actually using everything you're buying. You don't buy a whole ton of vegetables and everything and just kind of hope you use it by the end of the week.
Or forget what's in there.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's spoiled, right?
Yeah.
So
right.
what have you made here? This is beautiful for any time of the year. We love roasted vegetables.
Yep.
And so you roasted them with the chicken, but you have a tip. So put the protein flat.
Yeah, right against your tray so that it cooks all the way through. And then kind of like a bed of vegetables around it so they cook at the same time so you don't get things kind of steaming at the bottom. And everything roasts together.
Yeah.
So one pan.
And it's delicious. I've already been sampling some of it.
Yeah.
I'll try it again.
And then you repurposed it in that dish so it can transform into a lunch, a dinner, or even a breakfast. So what did you do on the end there?
Yeah, so that's just a little hash. So I just used the same roasted vegetables, added a little bit of broccoli that I had left over from the stir fry, and a little tomato sauce on the bottom, and a sunny side up egg.
There you go.
Yeah,
and we're going to make a quick stir fry and show how easy it is to...
throw together a little stir fry here.
Okay.
So I just have some sunflower oil, and then we're going to start with some mushrooms.
Nice. So how do you clean your mushrooms, by the way? Some people say don't add water because it makes them mushy. What's your take?
It depends how dirty they are.
Right.
If they're really muddy at the bottom,
Rinse them.
I'll rinse them if I have to.
Yep.
But I try to just...
Okay.
If there's a little bit of dirt, just brush it off.
And I'm surprised you put the mushrooms in first. I would have thought you'd want to get the carrots or something, like the harder vegetables cooking.
So mushrooms are great because they're so much more flavorful with some color.
Okay.
So I'm going to sear those really quickly first. And then we'll add the onion just to make sure that's actually cooked because raw onion's not too enjoyable. And then we'll do the rest of the vegetables. And the shrimp, we'll finish with that because it's going to cook so quickly.
Is there a good way to prep the vegetables for when you're going to do a stir fry, like a way to cut them?
Everything pretty much the same size, so it all cooks together. If you have something that's cut really small, it's going to cook a lot faster than something big, so you just kind of pick the size and stick with it.
For everything?
For everything.
Look how beautifully those are browned already. So you have this on a higher heat, but you're constantly flipping it.
Hot and fast for a stir fry.
Okay. Now, protein tip. We just talked about it and we debated. If you're buying poultry or fish, you say best to make it all right away because it can actually last 5 days in the fridge cooked versus spoil if you forget about it in a couple of days raw.
Yeah, so when you buy protein, you have about 3 days, I'd say, is the max before you have to use it. If you're running into that second, third day, just get it cooked and use it for lunches or throw it together, use a stir fry.
And it's there for you too, right?
Yeah.
It's prepped and it's done.
Yeah. For example, the chicken here. Talk to us about this beautiful salad you built and repurposed it with. So you sliced up some leftover chicken, if there happens to be any. But on the base, you put quinoa.
Yep, some quinoa, some shredded carrot, some sliced radish, a little diced cucumber, and a hard-boiled egg.
And a beautiful salad on top.
I love the presentation too.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Even at home, it's still, food tastes better.
Totally.
With a lovely presentation.
Yeah, you're excited to eat it.
A little finesse. And what did you put? Your fifth meal is in a to-go cup.
So that's for a quick, easy breakfast. One awesome thing is to have frozen fruit. So if you buy fruit, you love fruit at home, and it's starting to go, you might not eat it all, just freeze it and throw it together a quick little smoothie. I did blueberry banana.
Nice.
I do that with the bananas all the time. You know when they go brown, if you're not making a banana bread? Slice them up first, though, because otherwise it's hard. It depends if you're using them individually. Yeah, right?
Definitely.
So many great tips, everybody. Thank you so much, Chef.
And look at this. And this is all coming together. We'll have this ready in about another 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
That's it for a beautiful, healthy meal.
One basket, 5 meals.
Yeah.
Right now, we're throwing things upstairs to Melanie in the newsroom. It smells so good already.
Smells delicious. Can we